What's up guys, Gaonan here and welcome to episode 8 of Drafting to Masters. If you've missed any past episodes, I've included them in the top right corner of this video. I started this series for two reasons. One was to share my draft knowledge and two was to have some fun. Each month since the release of Fall of Argenport, I've been in the top 50 of Masters with about a 60% win rate. I also really enjoy playing and talking about Eternal, so feel free to add me in game using the above tag. Finally, this is the first video I'm doing since the major draft changes, so I'm really excited to see how these changes shake up the meta. Without further ado, let's get into the draft. So we're entering this brave new world where Master at Arms costs 2 and double justice. Still see it as a 3-drop basically, since it's pretty unlikely you're going to hit double justice on 2. Worthy common to look at. We've also got Changey Stick, which is probably just the pick here. Card went untouched and is still incredibly strong. Fenris is also a nice card, but I don't think it matches the power level of Changey Stick. There's even Cut Ties and Purge Leader, so pretty strong pack overall, even Lumen Attendant. Nerfed Stinging Wind, not too excited about anymore. Buffed Cliffside Caretaker, still not that excited about. So pretty easy Changey Stick here, and we'll see where the draft goes. Wow. So we've got a lot of choices here, but there is just another Changey Stick that keeps us as open as possible, while probably taking the strongest card. Linebreaker Shield is worthy of consideration, Welding Torch is worthy of consideration, but I think Changey Stick is head and shoulders above the rest, so we're just going to take it. 2 Changey Sticks is pretty exciting way to start the draft. Corrupted Umbran went untouched. I've always loved this card. Shugo Standard is very strong. Spikeback is good. Mistress of Light got buffed, but you're not going to see a Wisp Radiant deck in Elysian, because we're definitely going to be Primal with these Changey Sticks, or at the very least splashing them, but we're very much hoping to be in Primal here. Final Shot is strong as well, but I really like Corrupted Umbran. It's one of my favorite cards in the format. And Feln is an interesting place to be. You can get the Nightfall deck going, which is pretty fun and interesting. So I'm going to take the Corrupted Umbran here and keep it moving. As I said, you can get that Nightfall deck going in this Feln shell, and Lethride Darkstalker is one of the reasons to be in the Nightfall deck. Back Alley Delinquent is a decent 2-drop, and Rabid Yeti is okay. I don't love it, but I think I'm just going to take Lethride Darkstalker here because I want to see if we can get this Feln Nightfall deck together and just, you know, continually pressure our opponents. So we'll take Darkstalker here. Thunder Giant, not really a card to me. 8 is just too expensive for what it does. Other options here would be Coronal Umbran. Probably just take the Rotor Cycle here because it almost always makes the deck. And the other cards that we're passing aren't super impressive. So I'm just going to take Rotor Cycle here. Seems like we're definitely in the right colors. I mean, we've got Primal and Shadow coming through. And, you know, the other cards are pretty unremarkable. So I'm looking at Portent Reader here over the other two. Torrential Downpour is okay, but with Living Example getting buffed to 2, I think, you know, the ping effects and the 1 damage effects are not as strong as they used to be. Still relevant, but not as good. So I'm just going to take Portent Reader here. So Harbinger's Bite could be part of this Nightfall deck. Huddled Together is an okay trick, I guess, and Shamanic Blast is okay removal. I think I'm just going to take the Harbinger's Bite and try and make this Nightfall deck work. The other cards aren't very remarkable either. None of these cards are very good. I'd say the best is this buffed War Painter. So we'll actually take that here. There's, I guess, a chance that we end up in Skycrag. We've only got 2 shadow cards at the moment, so maybe we end up Skycrag instead of Feln. Hair Trigger Pistol is great. Buffed Lock Horns is okay, but as I mentioned, with Living Example getting the bump to 2/2, these ping effects aren't as good as they used to be. So, gonna take Hair Trigger Pistol here and be pretty happy. So I could take Petition. There is a second Harbinger's Bite, which for the Feln Nightfall deck is very good. So I'm just going to take the Harbinger's Bite. Helps in racing situations, keeps it night, so we'll take that. These are just filler cards at this point. Wow. So pack 2, pick 1, we've got some interesting choices. Solid 2-drop in Battlefield Scavenger. Could have Slush Dumper for potential Yeti synergies. Could also think about splashing the Slay. Don't think Righteous Fury is in the cards for us, but I think it's definitely one of these 3 cards. Power level Slay is probably the highest, but so with that, I'm just gonna take Slay here. I don't, the ultimate ability on Scavenger isn't relevant. I'd only be taking it for the War Cries, which could be good, but the power level of Slay is just so high, so I'm gonna take it here and see if we can't get the banners to potentially fix for it. So we get a banner, there's a Desert Marshal, Recano Outlaw, Rapid Shot, Finest Hour, Battlefield Scavenger, so lots of playable cards here. There's even the banner that we just mentioned we would want, but I doubt we're going to see another Rapid Shot. This card in conjunction with Corrupted Umbran is just bonkers, so really like grabbing Rapid Shot here, and we'll hope to see another banner. These other cards would be going further out of the way except for Scavenger, and I think Rapid Shot is just stronger than Scavenger. Good amount of Justice cards coming through, some Shadow cards as well. And then Haunting Scream, which works with Lethrai Darkstalker, works with Corrupted Umbran. So I think we're taking Haunting Scream here. Could just be, a burn spell at the end of a game or something like that. Ooh. And what's great with Haunting Scream? Dark Return. Those 2 together are just crazy. Second pick would probably be Unseen Agent. I'm almost wondering if we should really be switching over to Argenport, just because Frontier Confessor is a strong card while Meditation Trainer is pretty underwhelming. So we'll have to keep an eye on if strong Justice cards keep coming through, or if we get enough Shadow cards in here that make it worthwhile to be in Feln. That probably seals the deal. Rooftop Vigilante power level is super high. We can potentially splash changey sticks. We just need to find the banners. So the power level of this is way higher than anything else in the pack. So definitely taking Vigilante here. Really, we just need units at this point because we really have nothing. Crafty Yeti is still good coming through. Watchwing is fine. Blind Storyteller is more of a controlling card, but could potentially work. Legionnaire's okay. Watchwing's okay. So the issue with all these cards is that they're 3-drops. We need some early game, but it's a little too early to be worrying about the curve completely yet. Honestly, I like Crafty Yeti the best, but I'm concerned about taking it given that we just got this rooftop vigilante pass to us. Seems like Argenport cards are going to keep coming through. Crown Watch Legionnaire can wear weapons very well and helps in a racing situation. Watchwing is kind of like a weaker rooftop vigilante. So I think I'm just going to go Legionnaire here and just ignore the higher power level of Crafty Yeti because I think we're going to end up in Argenport. Extinguish is a great pickup for us. Smuggler's Stash, I don't think we're going to work to splash that in addition to the changey sticks, so makes sense to take the Extinguish here. So sadly not a banner that helps us get closer to the Argenport splashing changey sticks. So we'll pick up one of these guys here. And we're going to go with the Flashy Duelist as a 2-drop. Once again, neither of these banners help us splash what we want to splash, so I'm just going to take Dark Wisp here. There might be a world where we play Coaxer, so I'll take that. And these are just autopilot picks. Argenport Soldier is a really nice late pickup. Probably a pretty good signal that Justice is open, but we'll see. Another Rooftop Vigilante. Yes, please. Unseen Agent as well. Gorgon Swiftblade, Teriax Hatchling, Destroyer is good. Reinvigorate is a fine trick, but yeah, just going to take a second Rooftop Vigilante and be really happy about it. I'd say it's between Silverwing Avenger and Auric Runehammer at this point. Removal-wise, we have Slay, we have Extinguish. Rapid Shot is like pseudo removal, so Silverwing Avenger is very strong, but I think I'm just going to take the Auric Runehammer and be pretty happy about it. Lots of Yetis coming through. Probably just another Dark Wisp here. We could take the Waystone, but or I could just take the better 2-drop in Yeti Snowslinger. I feel like we're pretty committed to Argenport at this point, so I don't think we should really be taking any primal cards that won't make the deck. So yeah, we'll just take Dark Wisp to try and hold down the early game and keep it moving. If there is a Humble Instructor deck, maybe this is it. Rakano Banner doesn't help us splash Changey Stick. It would help us splash Welding Torch if we got those, but question is how good is Press Gang? I guess not that good. So I'm gonna risk it and take the Humble Instructor here over the Press Gang. And then a bunch of fire cards coming through. Just gonna take this Flashy Duelist. A late Rapid Shot, really like that. There is also a banner for fixing, but it's not the banner that we really need to get the changey sticks. We might not end up being able to play these changey sticks, which would be really sad, but Rapid Shots look pretty good here. Unseen Agent is very good. Still really good fire cards coming through. I feel like this wasn't happening all the way through unless I was just totally oblivious. Slush Dumper is still here too, so seems like the only thing that we aren't seeing is time. Another Flashy Duelists, might as well at this point. Other option is Waystone, and we don't benefit from Night very much, so yeah, Flashy Duelist it is. We're not going to play any of these cards. I hate playing Tinker in my decks. Maybe it'll make the cut because these Harbinger Bites probably won't anymore. I really dislike playing Watchman, but I probably like it more than Umbra and Coaxer, so it'll be a pick here. And a couple of autopilot picks at the end. So Night of Sorrow is very good. Cut Ties is very good. Once again, Crest, not the right one to help us splash the changey stick, sadly, so pretty sure it's just Night of Sorrow. Cut Ties would be my second pick here. Another changey stick. Oh gosh, the game is taunting me at this point. How many double justice cards do we have? Just the rune hammer, so don't love lingering influence here. Probably just going to pick up another hair trigger pistol. Before we do that, let's make sure we don't need to pick up this coronal umbran and see how many units we're at. You can count Dark Return as a unit, 16 units, so not desperate for units at this point. So we're pretty happy to pick up the hair trigger pistol here. Since we're going to lose out on 2 weapons, these become more valuable since they're so good with Rooftop Vigilante, but they already have Deadly, so you're kind of overpaying for this weapon, but it is what it is. Burglarize I don't think makes a lot of sense in this format. Pretty crazy that Living Example's coming through, lots of good time cards, but Herald of the Parliament's going to be fine here. Don't love it, but if you can get the ultimate off, it's very good. Here I am going to take the Lockhorns. I think it's better than these other 2 cards for us. We're not going to be able to splash the Stone Scar Pickaxe, so Lockhorns it is. Citywide ban. Don't know if it's worth a slot in the deck, but nothing else for us here, so we might as well pick it. That's a really late Night of Sorrow. Really happy to see that because it potentially means we can ditch this Town Watchman, but yeah. Spite Feeder is fine here. Late Bloodthirsty Brawler. Oh, Canary at 3. This is one of the saddest things from this patch for the draft changes. It's just pretty much unplayable at this point. At 2, it was good for stalling out, but at 3, I don't think you'll ever play it. Nothing for us here. We might play Warrant Officer. And a last pick Night of Sorrow. That's crazy. So sadly we didn't get the fixing we needed to play the changey sticks. Don't think it really matters though because we've got plenty of playables. Let's look at what we're gonna cut. I think the Harbinger's Bites are first to go since we have no Nightfall synergy at this point. Nothing that we have wants to make it night. Tinker can also go, I think. So if we cut that, where are we at? This puts us at 16 power. I think we need at least 17. I kind of like the citywide ban, so I think I'm going to keep it. Yeah, I'm going to get the Spite Feeder out of here. Let's get some power added to the deck. We got no Waystone, so we can just straight up add it. 8-9 split seems correct, given how much shadow we have. Alright, so I think this is the deck. Pretty interesting draft overall. Started out getting some really strong primal cards in the first pack, but in pack 2 switched over to Argenport. Really like where the deck ended up, and excited to see how it does. Excited to get into some games. Before we do that, I just want to say thank you for watching the draft and deck building portion of the video. Happy to be back. Hope you guys have been enjoying the series. If you have, please give a thumbs up to the video and a subscription to the channel. All your support really helps and it encourages me to keep doing these videos. If you're liking the content, keep being vocal, keep giving me that support because it encourages me to continue doing this in the future as well. Alright, let's get into some games.